Andy and Dave Daly right here on the Muskegon Channel. Andy O'Reilly, Dave Cackley. Happy Friday. And I had yesterday off. We were down in Indiana and Chicago taking the kids back. Dude, we get down there. We stay in the hotel overnight. We, get ready to get to the airport, get to the gate, go to grab the kids something for breakfast. Mm-hmm. Literally, by the time we got back from grabbing them something to eat, again, we get them back to the gate, they grab them and throw them on the plane. We get like 2 seconds to give them a quick hug and say goodbye, and that was that. I'm like, really? It's that quick? Kind of sucked. I mean, it was like a couple of minutes to say goodbye at least and everything else, but they're like, nope, get them on. Okay.
Yeah.
So
are the kids good flyers? Are they afraid to get on a plane by themselves, or is it kind of old hat for them now?
No, I think Ella's been on a flight, a few times because she's been out here a couple of times. Trevor, it was his first time on a plane. And he's 7. What does he know? I mean, to him, it's just like getting on a car. But when they fly by themselves, next year they can make connections, so we won't have to drive to Chicago or Detroit to pick them up because they'll be old enough that they can do a connecting flight.
Okay.
But when they fly by themselves, dude, they give them iPads loaded up with movies and all this other kind of crap. So it's to them, it's like a bus ride.
Right.
But here's the thing. Indiana is torn up. It's like driving through a video game right now. It's literally white-knuckle driving, 85 miles an hour with nothing but 4-foot potholes everywhere you look because they're doing construction. I don't know how much money Mike Pence got his hands on to fix Indiana roads quick, but he sure didn't waste any time. But where was I going with this?
Well, you were off on an I hate Indiana tangent.
Well, I don't really hate the whole state. I mean, there are parts of Indiana that are nice, I think. I have yet to find one.
I think. That was being diplomatic.
I have yet to find anything in Indiana that I've actually enjoyed. But, I mean, the kids, they get iPads and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So to them, it's a piece of cake. Oh, we get the kids on the plane. They take off. And, today you get an app and you can watch anywhere where a plane's going.
Right.
So we're watching, them as they're flying back to Washington State from Chicago and our drive from Chicago back to Muskegon. We tied. Their flight across the country and our drive back to Muskegon took the exact same amount of time to get back home.
Wow.
So they went 1,700 miles in the time it took us to drive back from Chicago. And we didn't screw around getting home. I mean, that was the only trip to Chicago in this whole ordeal that really didn't take 5.5, 6 hours because of the construction. Yeah. Where were you? Hey, and by the way, where were you on the traffic reports there, dillhole?
I'm sorry. I am off the clock at 9 a.m.
Well, I was doing some driving long before then.
Wait, what time?
Yeah, well,
not in the early morning. You've got a small window to get my traffic expertise.
You failed
and
me.
if you aren't traveling during that window, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I don't provide those services for free.
You, sir, are the Robin to my Batman, yellow tights and all. What? And here I am driving through this mess. You could have at least told me where there were some accidents or something.
I'm sorry. I'm off the grid after 9 a.m. Man, I do not pay attention to most things on social media.
I think you should rethink your life and your position within this company.
Well, look, man. I try and I gotta rejuvenate. I gotta recaffeinate. I gotta recalibrate. I gotta reevaluate my priorities. I got a full plate, man.
Yeah, you do.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I got Max is starting. Max has been a little sick this week, so and I've had to get him medicated and healed up because he's going on vacation, like a 7-year-old needs a vacation.
Where's he going?
The guy need a vacation. He is going with his mom and her parents, and they got like about 30 people, cousins and second cousins and aunts and uncles. They're renting a house near the border of Indiana on Lake Michigan. So.
That sounds like a week in hell.
They're looking forward to it. It's always fun. So I'm not going out this time, but
that'd be fun.
I'm gonna
an entire week in a house with the extended family. No way. No.
Well, you're gonna have a lot. You're gonna have a lot of people coming and going, so they're gonna have a good time, and Max gets to see cousins and stuff.
It'd be a jail sentence.
I'm sure there will be adult beverages.
Me, man. I know what I'm talking about. I'm the oldest of like 27 cousins. No way. I would spend the whole week asking all their kids, "Who are you?"
Yeah,
I don't know.
Who you are. Yeah.
Yeah, and yes, of course you can have more pop and candy. I don't know who you are, but
Sure,
you know what you like.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't know. Enjoy
right,
trying to
some
sleep
news or something.
All right, Senate Republicans failed to pass the so-called skinny repeal of Obamacare. In a vote earlier this morning, the proposed amendment failed by a 51-49 vote. Republicans Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and John McCain joined Democrats in voting no. So that went up in flames. It's just, Obamacare is going to end up collapsing at some point. Everybody's premiums are going to go up. Everything's going to, they're going to have to get this figured out together with the Democrats in the not-too-distant future. This is just going to continue to be an escalating problem. People who drink, here's some good news, health-wise. People who drink moderately have a lower risk of developing diabetes than those who never drink. This according to a European study. Men and women who drink 3 to 4 days a week have the lowest risk of developing the disease. Men had a 27% lower risk, while women's risk dropped 32%. Now, you don't drink anymore, but you drank enough in that period of time between, 13 and 33 over that 20-year span. If you never drink again,
I'm good.
Which I know you're not going to. That would still be considered moderate intake over the course of your lifetime.
Although I will say this, and I'd like to go on record as being the thought. I'm fine with not having a beer. I still long for a nip of whiskey once in a while, because it just sounds good. Or a 7 and 7. It's like, and it's like, an ex-smoker. An ex-smoker will, cigarettes sound so good. But it's a passing thought, and, it's nothing you linger on or anything like that. But when those bastards re-release Zima this summer...
Oh, God. See, I don't think that counts as a drink. You can have that, probably.
No, you
it'll eat away at your stomach lining, but who cares? Who needs their stomach lining?
I saw
it's not a real beverage.
This summer, and I was like that weasel in the Looney Tunes cartoons.
Yeah.
I used to love that stuff. I'd get done after a night of hard drinking, whiskey shots and beers, and and on and on and on. Oh yeah, a couple of hot dams. Woo, let's do that. And I'd get home and have a nice 6-pack of Zima waiting there for me. Oh, it was so good.
Seriously, for all the emasculating, for all the calling me a fairy and doing all this stuff. You drank Zima.
I love Zima.
You might as well have been wearing a dress for 20 years.
No.
And I'm not. Once again, I'm not. I'm not saying that as a positive or a negative. It's just
Zima is a very masculine drink.
It's very feminine.
Zima is very masculine.
In fact, it's not even feminine. It's 18-year-old girl.
No,
that's 18-year-old girl drinks.
You're wrong on that, my friend.
I'm sorry. Or if you're a 16-year-old high school kid who's, in the 80s.
You're wrong there.
Whatever. All right. We've been talking a lot about marijuana. I don't want to do too many more of these stories. In fact, I'm going to put a moratorium, no more marijuana stories until it gets on the ballot. But a ballot initiative, or maybe Monday if something. We need another meth lab to explode. I haven't done one of those stories in a while. I know.
Come on, meth heads. Let's have something.
Come on, Allegan County. Where are you at?
Hey, Belding. Let's get in the game.
Belding. What's it? Hey, Greenfield. No. Come on. Those are fine towns, fine communities. I love the Gus Macker, and I know some people in Greenville. So, ballot initiative to legalize marijuana would give Michigan the highest possession limits in the country.
Whoa.
The initiative would allow 2.5 ounces on your person. It would also allow unlimited possession of what citizens grow in the form of their own limited number of legal plants. Those over 21 could use marijuana, but not in public. They could also not drive under the influence. 9 states have already legalized the drug for recreational use. So
you could have unlimited,
November.
But limited. You said.
Yeah, it was a little confusing how this story was put out there, but I don't know. Like I'm not a marijuana expert. I don't know the differences in the plants,
right,
and all that. So we shall see.
Hey, you want to hear a story about nothing?
Yeah.
So we get home last night and we're sitting there watching TV, which I normally never do. I'm not much of a TV guy. And right after Battle of the Network Stars got over with, which
Which washed up has-beens did they have this week?
They had Punch and John.
Oh, man, really?
We're together on a team, and let me tell you, John is really, really showing his years. Punch is covered with liver spots. Dave Foley. And you know what I don't understand? Dave Foley did that show News Radio.
News Radio,
and they always talk about News Radio. Why don't they ever mention Kids in the Hall with Dave Foley?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, because that's what gave. That's Kids in the
Foley
Hall was.
But they never mention that. They never mention Kids in the Hall with Dave Foley. It pisses me off.
Because that was Canadian. Well, that was a Canadian show.
Yeah, but still, it was better than News Radio.
Well, it was a different type of comedy. One was a sketch thing. The other was
the Kids in the
sitcom.
Hall were awesome. Anyway, but they had like TV cop. Lorenzo Lamas was on.
Oh,
you know what he's doing now?
Soaps?
No, seriously.
What?
He's a helicopter tour pilot in New York City.
Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah. He flies people around in a helicopter in New York now.
Oh, I saw him on Bold and the Beautiful a few years back.
He's doing this helicopter pilot thing. But then they had a bunch of sitcom actors, and I didn't really know who any of them were. So, whatever. Except Willis was on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from Different Strokes.
The lone surviving member?
Yeah. So that gets over with, and it sucked. It was terrible. They didn't have Howard Cosell or anything hosting the show.
Of course not.
Back in the day when, and they really looked like they were in some high school gym out filming this thing.
Yeah, isn't what it's not.
But I want to make a recommendation to you, because right after that, they had the brand new Gong Show on.
Oh, how was that? I keep forgetting that's on.
It was remarkably entertaining.
Yeah.
It really was. I mean, Mike Myers puts this
Myers playing,
he puts this character on, and he doesn't flinch. It is this weird English guy it's kind of like when Robin Williams did Mrs. Doubtfire. Except, he's just this creepy old English game show host.
Yeah.
Chelsea Handler was on. She was kind of a bitch to all the contestants, but I don't know if that's her act or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's her and her act.
And then they had some other dude, and then they had Will
Arnett?
Yeah, Will Arnett was on from Saturday Night Live. And it was remarkably entertaining.
I definitely got to check that out.
The value of it and the cheese factor and the whole campiness of the approach to the show and everything else. They got something going there. I don't know if it's going to make it, but I was like, wow, this is really pretty good.
I think, because I think I don't think it costs a lot to make, so I think that will be around for a while.
Yeah.
And the only one you really have to, the only one who's really getting the big bucks in that is Mike Myers.
Yeah,
so.
And he deserves it, because that character he's spot on with that. That's really good.
So I will definitely check that out.
Do that.
Finally, Norton Shores Police is looking for the owner of an Army National Guard medal. What?
Norton Shores Police are looking for one.
No, Norton Shores Police. No, it's singular. The department is singular, not plural. Because I went back and forth on whether or not to say Norton Shores Police is or Norton Shores Police are, and I checked multiple reportings, and it goes Norton Shores Police is.
Well, you're wrong.
So, no, you're wrong. No, you are wrong. You need to take that back, or the next time I make a mistake, you cannot acknowledge it. There you go.
No.
Anyway, they're looking for the owner of an Army National Guard medal that was recovered following an arrest earlier this week. The medal was retrieved after the apprehension of two suspects who had allegedly broken into cars on the city's northwest side on Tuesday morning. The owner or anyone with any info on the stolen medal can contact police at 231-733-2691. That's a big deal. National Guard medal.
Yeah.
That's somebody that's precious to somebody. So
I was glad they caught those two scumbags too, because you get on Facebook and that's the neighborhood. That's around the corner from us, and you read that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, they took all our change and they took our phone chargers. It's like, what are you doing breaking into cars, taking that kind of crap?
It's like Grand Rapids or any medium to large city. You can have a really good area, like you guys live in a decent area, and then you can literally go like a block or 2 blocks, and you've got to have everything locked up all the time.
Yep.
So every city's got that issue.
Yep.
Finally, sports. Muskegon doubles up St. Clair 8-4. Cubs win. They beat the Chi Sox 6-3. Tigers were off. They take on the Astros as they continue playing out the string. 7:10 is first pitch.
7:10. All right, don't forget, too, the Friday before Labor Day weekend, you and I, dude, we're going to be at the Polish Festival here. You're going to get all hopped up on the Golumkis, and
I cannot wait,
I'm going to
man.
lay into the sausage pretty hard.
My people.
Huh?
Those are my people.
Those are your people.
The Polacks, yes. I'm half Polish. Yeah, I could say Polacks. I'm half Polish.
We'll have to get you a robe or something.
Proud of it. Absolutely. Hey, red. I think I got to wear red.
Dave Cackley, king of the Polish Festival of Muskegon.
Absolutely.
All right, have a good weekend, man.
See ya.